Welcome back to the Jesus Channel, everyone. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jennifer. And wow, Josh, do we have a topic today that always gets people talking?
Oh, you're not kidding, Jen. We are diving into something that can feel a little sticky for a lot of us. Finances. Like, what does it even mean to be blessed when it comes to money?
Right? Because for so long, I think many of us, myself included, Josh, we've thought of blessed as being purely spiritual, like peace in your heart, closeness to God. And that's true, of course.
Yeah, but then you hear about people who have a lot of money. And sometimes there's this underlying idea that maybe they're not as spiritual or money's the root of all evil and all that. It just feels complicated.
Oh, Josh, you're hitting on the exact misconception we need to clear up today. Money itself isn't evil. It's the love of money, But this whole idea that being blessed means you can't have tangible resources or live with stability, that's just not what we see in Scripture.
Oh, so you're saying it's okay, maybe even good, to have a really comfortable life or even to be, rich. I thought we were supposed to be, humble and maybe even a little poor.
Well, let's look at Abraham. For crying out loud, Abraham. We all know him, right? The Bible, Genesis 13:2 specifically says he was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. Very rich. And God blessed him. Was that a punishment? Was God oh no, Abraham, you have too much money. You're not spiritual enough now?
No, I guess not. But, why would God want someone to be so wealthy? Isn't it just for their own comfort?
That's the emotional core of it, Josh. The reason Abraham was blessed so abundantly was because God intended for him to be a blessing. His wealth wasn't a problem. It was a purposeful blessing from God. And guess what? That same principle still applies today.
So if I get, say, a really great job offer, or my business finally takes off, and I start making serious money, that's not something I should feel guilty about, because honestly, I think a lot of people do.
You shouldn't feel guilty about the blessing itself, but the purpose changes everything. You might not own flocks or fields like Abraham, but maybe you've been blessed with a job that pays well, or a brilliant business idea that's succeeding, or even just time and energy to help others.
Okay, so if I'm doing well, I should just give it all away then? Is that what you're saying, Jen? Because that feels a bit extreme, Jen. I have bills, I have a family.
Hold on, cowboy. No, I'm not saying you just empty your bank account every paycheck, but it's about perspective. If you're an adult who's come into some extra income, yeah, you can take your family out for a nice meal, sure, but you might also be able to bless a single parent struggling with groceries, or donate to a church outreach, or help a friend facing medical bills, see?
Okay, so the money isn't just for me, it's through me. It's an overflow.
Exactly. The goal isn't to chase money for its own sake. That's where the love of money comes in. Instead, it's about allowing God's goodness in your life to overflow into the lives of others. And the real key, Josh, is the heart. God isn't against money, but he is against money ruling your heart.
That's really hard sometimes. When you're stressed about bills or you see someone else doing better financially, it feels like money does rule your heart. It makes you feel inadequate,
Oh, I get it. I totally do. But when you truly realize that every blessing comes through his grace, not your performance, it keeps you grounded. You won't become obsessed with money when your heart is set on him. That's the emotional shift. It's freeing.
So if my heart is set on him, then the finances, the opportunities, everything else just kind of falls into place.
That's what Jesus taught. Matthew 6:33, remember? Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. All these things, Josh. Finances, opportunities, even restoration in relationships. It's about money with a mission.
Money with a mission? Wow. I never really thought of it that way. I always thought, okay, God, bless me so I can be comfortable, not God, bless me so I can be a channel of blessing for others. That's a huge difference.
It is, and that's the whole point. When you recognize that your resources have a purpose, your perspective changes entirely. You're not just trying to get ahead for yourself. You're looking for ways to lift others up. That's how lives are changed, not just spiritually, but practically. Churches can be built, families can be helped, and hope can be restored through your generosity.
So it's not about how much you have, but what you do with what you have, whether you're a student with some extra time or a CEO with a lot of resources.
Precisely. Let's remember, don't fall in love with money and use people. Instead, let's use money as a tool to love people well. Whether you're a student or a CEO, you are blessed, not just for yourself, but so you can be a blessing. It's a huge shift in perspective, isn't it?
It really is. I feel like I need to go look at my bank account with new eyes now, Jen.
Good. That's the goal. Well, we hope that conversation got you thinking and maybe even challenged some of your own ideas about finances and blessings.
It certainly challenged mine, Jen. Thank you for that. Emotional yet fun debate.
Always a pleasure, Josh. Remember, you are blessed to be a blessing.
You heard it here on the Jesus Channel. We'll catch you next time.
Bye for now.